What is up, YouTubers? It is your boy Abdul Wahab. I'm excited to make my first video. Been doing some planning for, I think it's about a month or so. But I'm just excited to be a part of the community and get started. I see a lot of people making their YouTube videos, people that's been in the game for years, who's been in the game for a few months, and just seeing some of the progression from those people is also exciting. And I just want to give you guys a preview of who I am, the energy that I'm gonna bring, and the value that I'm gonna be able to offer with just my channel, because it's really diverse. I'm a contrary, I guess you say, expression type of person when it comes to going against the grain and being a rebel with the cause. Because I think I was say about a few years ago, I actually wanted to start a channel, but it just wasn't right timing, and I decided to go a different route, which was an entrepreneur route with that. And it was a good experience. And I just want to be able to bring you guys into my world and then see where it goes and how it grows, because I want to do everything organically. And I know a lot of people have that goal of wanting to start a YouTube channel to make money, which is, it's a good thing. But for me, I'm the opposite. I want to be able to add value first, organically, and then be able to reap the rewards on the back end, because I've offered value, I've gave insight, I've helped people move towards their goal or start an endeavor that they were probably nervous to start. So, I'm gonna bring you with me on this journey. Let's go. Like I was saying, I really just wanted to bring you guys into my world, and just to give you a little bit of background on my YouTube name, called Unique Originality, which it actually came from a book. Part of it, the name was going to be Unique Difference, but I was like, that's kind of too bland. And I was reading this book by Adam Grant called The Originals, where he talked about being original and having novelty ideas and be able to put your own spin on it to make it even more, I guess you could say, more colorful in your way to move people. Because I think if you have your perspective on something, you put a spin on it and put your personality to it, it makes it even better, and it gives a different layer to it and a different perspective that people can connect with and relate to and even implement it in their own life, because people need to hear your story. I think it's one thing I live by. I don't want to die with the music inside me. I want to see what kind of music that is, or the seeds of greatness that I have in myself. So it's like being able to speak, understand different concepts, put them together, and then put your spin on it, and then push it out into the world, and then see what traction you get. I think is very exciting, and I think it adds another layer to personal development and personal growth, because that's a big thing nowadays. I've been on my journey for about 4 years now. It's been rewarding, to say the least. I love the hardships of it, because it teaches you how to embrace, I guess you say, the failures in life and the obstacles that come. And I'm also a Muslim, and as being a Muslim, it also talks about embracing the hardships, because Allah's just testing you at the end of the day. But it's about what you do on that journey within those hardships, that you can learn lessons and then help other individuals navigate their own life from the lessons that you've had. And also, I'm just gonna give you a couple brief whys on really why I started my channel, more in depth. So let's go to it. So when it comes to some of my whys, I had two questions. It was, why am I starting a YouTube channel, and what is the main goal of it? Before I answer those questions, to really circle back about my whys of starting a YouTube channel, it was to be able to lean into the expression of myself, because I've always felt like I was creative, but I've never really leaned into that aspect of myself, and I always rejected that part of me and never really accepted it. Even though people are like, man, you're creative, you think outside of the box, you should really look into different things that placate to your skill set of what you have naturally, and then be able to build into that. Because I can think of a lot of different things that might not connect and be able to come up with the answer, and you'd be like, how'd you get that? And it's I think it's just intuition, so to speak, on certain things. I think a lot of us have it. It's just really tapping into that. And like I said earlier, it's the add value to inspire that leads to aspire. I want to be in a space where I help people aspire to new heights of themselves within the content that I'm going to provide. And like I said, the reason I actually started a channel was because I think now is the time to accept that piece of me, that expression piece of me, and to give more to myself, to the world, to more of a bigger cause of the insights, the knowledge that I might have, some of the books I've read, thinking differently to get ahead in life. Because you see a lot of people saying these different things, but it really comes down to your character, your values, and I would say the support system you have, along with just being able to persevere when it comes to hardships within life, because everybody's life is different. Everybody has a different story. I was writing in my journal talking about our stories are really New York bestsellers. You just gotta learn how to articulate it, write it out on paper, and then get somebody who has the right perspective or the right lens to be able to hear or see your story, and then take it off and run with it and be able to help you give it out to the world and see what you could do. And like I said, my main goal is to aspire individuals to their next potential, and to really truly add value. I know it's kind of sound repetitive, but I mean, that's my true goal. I mean, in this day and age, everybody's money hungry. I got to get my page going. I got to do this. I got to do that. When really, just take it slow. Go your pace. It doesn't have to be this race, even though there are milestones you need to hit. You just need to take your time and see what works for you, what doesn't work for you, and then build off that, and then just be yourself. I think everybody wants to copycat other individuals. You do have to study a few people to pick up a few tips and see what you need and what does work and how to go about different things. But it's, at the end of the day, it's about being you, giving your own perspective. Went to a few other pieces. We're talking about, I think, why YouTube is a great platform to use. And I think if you can understand the two things I'm going to go over in the next piece of this, I think you'll be able to really grow your page organically a little bit quicker than, I think, just being in that Protestant work ethic where I just got to keep always doing stuff. Sometimes you don't have to do anything and it's still a win, as long as you are enjoying yourself and you're doing what you need to do for yourself when it comes to creating content, and not feeling that pressure like, oh, I gotta always post, or I gotta have these many subscribers. It's not that. It's everything's organically. So let's get it. And like I was saying about the two things I want to talk about why YouTube is a good platform is really its flexibility and leverage. And what I mean by flexibility is it's a traveling business with you at any time. You don't always got to be on it to eventually make the money. And it gives you different avenues to go down to create content. You can educate, you can create comedy, you can do scientific stuff, you can do tech stuff, you can do anything. You can do fashion. It gives you a array of different avenues to embark on when it comes to this endeavor. And when I say leverage, if you was going to go out there and start a traditional brick and mortar, that's probably like $10,000. So it's about the aspect of starting a business, so to speak, at a low ground that costs any entry to barrier. Besides buying equipment, but really you could just use your phone starting off. So that gives you already an advantage over the simplest person when it comes to just starting an online business. And then when I say about my entrepreneur endeavor, I started an online health and wellness business that I still have. Makes decent little money here and there. But it taught me a lot, because in the midst of that, I had a mentor that taught me about goals, mindset, character development, developing a skill, how to look at outcomes instead of results, and how to stay steady when things aren't going your way. And I think embarking on this and leveraging the platform where I don't have to pay for anything, it's all about the knowledge that I have, the thoughts, the ideas I come up with. I think that gives you an easy path to create a so-called business. And then it also, creating a YouTube channel, it gives you the entrepreneur experience, and then it also gives you I guess you say novice level entry to business when you're creating a brand, because as you start to create a personal brand, then you get to see like what it would be like if you was to transform this into more of a business aspect and go off from there. But those are my two things I want to really talk about, because when you understand those two things and the data and the analytics that are behind it, and you can understand those nuances, if you were to transfer and then start a business from your YouTube channel, you already have laid a foundation. So it gives you an upper hand on most people who aren't really studying YouTube or studying the analytics like they should be, because they're all about results. When really, if you understand what your outcome is and what your standards are, you'll never lose. And another thing really is, when it comes to, I guess you say, starting your YouTube channel, you really should think about how it's really a calculated risk. There's no risk involved except for putting yourself out there and just putting the work in and looking silly from time to time. Like right now, I'm in the middle of a parking lot creating a video. Anybody can come past and be like, what is he doing? But it's that another level of personal growth, of being uncomfortable and allowing yourself to embrace that, because the more you can get comfortable in the uncomfortable, the better you get at a skill set. Because it's like, the more reps you do, the better you get. The more you go to the gym and you work out the muscles, the bigger you get. The more you work on a painting, the more canvases you paint on, the better skill set you develop. And it's the better you play whatever instrument, the piano, the more practice you put in, the better you get. The 10,000 hour rule. I don't think that necessarily equates to YouTube, but at the same time, I think it does, because I don't have any favorite YouTubers, but I've been watching a few over the past couple of weeks that have allowed me and has affirmed what I've been thinking and how I want to go with my page. So I think that's also a good thing. And also, the huge piece is taking on this small experience. It's not about you. It's about the people around you, what you can create with this platform and what it can do if you do it the right way and you stay the course and enjoy the journey. Because when it comes to success, there is no finish line. It's about the destination. It's about the journey of who you become on whatever it is that you're embarking on. So always remember that and keep that in mind. And I just hope, hey, whoever watches this, I hope it grows into what it grows into what it needs to be to add value and where it could go. I can't wait to see the community that grows with it and stays with me from this video on into however long it takes. But I'm excited for it. I can't wait for it, and I'm just ready to connect with other content creators and then build a community that way.